So we actually find out that Rebecca's full name is Rebecca Bluegarden, and she was actually also known as number 28, which is a number that Dragon Joe actually heard about, in which he actually putting her in the same cell that Lavilla is, who's actually was tortured by Joe. But when she actually enters the cell, the glass turns to water and then reverted back to glass because that is actually Dragon Joe's ether gear because the power to convert matter, which is actually known as alchemist, just like Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, and that is exactly when he actually putting her in the cell while he actually has work to do, in which we actually knew that he actually going to find what he needs to get from Eden Zero. Then she actually looked at Lavilla and she trying to help her, but we actually knew that someone would actually prevent Rebecca of helping Lavilla, which the voice came from underground, and that person actually stopping Rebecca from helping Lavilla, and also trying to make sure she won't escape. Where that person's name is actually Daichi, one of the element four, and he's also had the element of Earth, which we finally get to see for the first time, which he actually offers Rebecca some chocolate. Meanwhile, we saw Shiki and Jin actually battle it out, which Jin actually using his Ether Gear overdrive and actually battle Shiki, which his win actually is so powerful. It also blow a Pigno out of the ground, which we seen Shiki using his gravity to actually hold on, which he also using the same gravity to drop a giant weight down on Jin, which we also see that he actually flew up to avoid the weight, and then Shiki using his gravity to stick to the ceiling, and then we actually saw Jin try to revert back. Then he actually using his sky mag ninjutsu attack, windstorm palm strike, was actually pushing him farther back than we actually knew that he's actually completely different. Which we actually saw that his wind can actually obstruct all things, while Cell's magic, when it actually can steal. Which Homura is actually trying to get the medical kit to Weiss when Cell actually caught up with Homura, which we actually seen her using her wind to her advantage, in which we actually seen Homura using her sword to cut her down. But when the wind actually caught it, it actually stealing her ether blade, and also we actually seen how it actually tried to attack Homura, which we actually seen her actually dissolves everything that it actually touches, which we actually knew that they all actually have going to race against the clock between Homura versus Sylph, Shiki versus Jin, Rebecca encountering Daichi, and Weiss is fighting for his life. Now we actually see the debut of Daichi of the Earth, but we actually gonna see how our four heroes gonna race against the clock, where they actually have their own individual battles they have to face on the next chapter next weekend. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment on what you think about the manga chapter. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and like my Facebook page. Until then, this is Anime Guy joining here saying sign out. Laters.